Today at the City Club of Cleveland, we are listening to a Friday forum featuring Bill Strickland, President and Chief Executive Officer of the Manchester Bidwell Corporation. We will return to our speaker momentarily for the traditional City Club questions. We encourage you to formulate questions for our speaker now and also ask that your questions be brief and to the point. We remind you that members and guests alike are welcome to attend City Club forums and hope everyone listening will join the City Club and become active in our ongoing civic dialogue. Please visit our website, cityclub.org, to see a full schedule of our upcoming programs. Today is a Thomas F. and Marguerite B. Campbell Endowed Forum made possible by a generous gift from Tom and Peg Campbell. We have at the head table today Peg Campbell. Will you please stand and be recognized for your support? Thank you. We are pleased to welcome guests at tables hosted today by the Cleveland Foundation, Key Bank, and New Bridge Cleveland Center for Arts and Technology. Thank you all for joining us today. Now we would like to return to our speaker for a traditional City Club question and answer period. We welcome questions from everyone, including guests. Holding the microphones today are City Club Program Director Carrie Miller and Development Assistant Lucille Barbati. First question, please.
Mr. Strickland, you mentioned reductions in money available for public schools in America and what effect that was having on the education of students. Millions of dollars every year, almost in every state, go to charter schools. To what extent do you think those dollars could be better used to remedy the problems that public schools have today?
My honest answer is I think we need more money for education, period. I don't think that education is a priority in our nation right now, at least reflected in the budgetary process. And I happen to be a champion of anything that works, whether it's proprietary school or public school or parochial school or public school. Anything that works on behalf of these children is the right answer. So rather than to set up a competing strategy where you have the charters and the public schools that at each other's throats, I think we all ought to be complementary and start moving down the hallway in the same direction on behalf of the children. The world needs more resources on behalf of the children I have described today, not less. And I'm advancing a new concept in nonprofit behavior. It's called cooperation. It's very unfortunately unpopular in our industry, but it's a new strategy I'm trying to develop. Why? Because the children and the circumstances I described require all of the nonprofits to work together on behalf of these very severe problems, and I applaud anyone who's willing to try and take a chance to improve the circumstances that we have.
Bill, thank you very much for your inspiring talk. I moved here from California after 21 years to help get people using computers more. So in this era of internet and Twitter and Facebook, and it's clear that these kind of job skills are going to be required for jobs of the future, where do you see technology and IT being built into the new curriculum on Euclid and in all your schools?
We start there. We start with technology. It is absolutely a requirement that every center have the state-of-the-art technology and, more importantly, state-of-the-art people who can teach the technology. Because just having the computers in and of itself is not enough. You've got to be able to identify people who have the ability to translate this technology to people who have not been acquainted with it in the past. So the answer is yes, technology. Yes, if you're interested in volunteering to help, we accept on behalf of Jeff. And I'd like to round up anybody else in the audience who wants to contribute to this extraordinarily developing story on behalf of technology, which we very much use. And of course, what we're really trying to do, since many of the kids are technologically very savvy, is to have them organize their technological skills towards the marketplace so they can use the skill sets to get a job and earn a living rather than just to play games on the internet with each other. That is not productive. But the instinctual affection and affiliation that these children have for technology, I think, is where you begin the conversation. and you're surrounded with good people, present company included. And I think that's the flame that eventually becomes a bonfire.
Good afternoon, Mr. Strickland. Just a quick question. How will students get the opportunity to find out about New Bridge here in the Cleveland area? Because that's just one of my concerns.
Sure.
Being within the inner city, you see, even though there are many programs out here, most of the neediest children don't get the opportunity to find out about the opportunities. And so I'm really interested in how the approach will be taken here in Cleveland.
We're going to recruit them, literally. We're going into the schools, and we're going to recruit the kids. And we do this in Pittsburgh, and we're going to do it here, so you can absolutely quote me that we're going after these children. We want to let them know that we're here to help on a sustained basis, not once or twice. This is going to become a cultural policy within Newbridge to reach out to that constituency that everybody else is kind of running away from. That's exactly the group that we want to embrace. So you can take it to the bank, literally, that we are going to embrace these children, and we know where they are. In my experience of 40 years, and using my instincts, we'll find them. The other thing we found out that's quite interesting, we have a waiting list for our programs in Pittsburgh. Run a good program, the mothers will find you. Every day of the week. Believe me. I got white mothers and black mothers and Hispanic mothers, and they're all bringing the kids over there because the program works. And that has been an interesting lesson in sociology. Run a good school first. The sociology will fall into place almost every time.
Mr. Strickland, you're next. Your personal story of the encounter with the ceramics teacher has an almost biblical quality, because clearly he drew you into a world of clay and creativity that was able to give you a will to succeed, which for whatever reason you didn't have when you made that turn out of the hallway. Could you go down inside the particular experience, the particular encounter between you and making things with clay that had that kind of transformative power?
Thank you for asking that question. It's fundamental to everything I believe in and everything I live. I've reflected on the moment many times. And literally, that hallway, that high school art room door open, clay, wheel, teacher, bowl. As sure as I'm standing here at this podium, there was light that enveloped him. I saw it. It was hope. And at first I wasn't exactly sure that I was seeing what I was seeing. I thought I was kind of making it up. But he was enveloped in light. And I said, if I can get that light into my neighborhood, I'm halfway home.